Here's the revised version in natural, compelling American English. The city hums with artificial light, drowning out the stars. In a dimly lit apartment, a man slouches on his couch, phone in hand. He scrolls, mindlessly. He's tired, or at least that's what he tells himself. I'll start tomorrow, he mutters under his breath. But deep down, he knows the truth. Tomorrow never comes, unless you force it to. Year after year, it's the same cycle, the same resolutions, the same empty promises. This is my year, people declare, yet nothing changes. Because here's the hard truth. You're not stuck because life is unfair. You're stuck because you expect life to hand you what you want. But life doesn't work that way. It never has. You don't wait for life to align with your dreams. You align yourself with your goals. Time isn't your problem, how you use it is. Picture this. You wake up late, no time for breakfast. You rush through the morning, barely making it out the door. Work drags on, and by the time you get home, you tell yourself, I'll be productive after I rest for a bit. So you sink into the couch, you grab your phone. Just for a second, 3 hours disappear. It wasn't intentional, it just happened. And now it's late. Now you're too tired. So you go to bed telling yourself, tomorrow, for sure. Sound familiar? People love saying, I don't have time. But the truth, you did have time. You had time for TikTok. Time to rewatch that show you've already seen twice. Time to scroll through other people's lives instead of building your own. If you broke down your 24 hours, even after work, sleep, and meals, you'd see it. Pockets of time slipping through your fingers. Wasted. Gone. And yet, right there in your hand is the most powerful tool any generation has ever had. A gateway to unlimited knowledge. Tutorials, courses, skills, right at your fingertips. But instead of using your phone to build your future, you use it to escape your present. Your phone is a tool, not a toy. Use it wisely, or let it make a fool of you. Here's the expanded version with more depth, clarity, and engagement. A man sits at his desk, staring at his bank app. His balance isn't what he hoped. This year, I'll save more, he tells himself. He even wrote it down on January 1st. Save money. But now, 3 months in, nothing has changed. Why? Because wanting something means nothing without a system. You say you want to save money, but are you tracking your expenses? Are you automating your savings? Do you have a budget? Or are you just hoping that by some miracle, your bank account will start growing? Hope won't get you anywhere. Systems will. The same applies to everything: your health, your career, your relationships. Everyone wants to be fit, but do you have a meal plan, a workout schedule? Or do you just hope that one day you'll magically start eating clean and going to the gym? Everyone wants to build a successful business, but do you have a marketing strategy, a daily action plan? Or are you waiting for the perfect moment to finally take things seriously? Here's the truth. Successful people aren't just ambitious, they are systematic. They don't rely on motivation, because motivation fades. Systems don't. Think about it. How many times have you felt inspired only for that energy to disappear a few days later? That's normal. That's human. But successful people don't depend on how they feel. They depend on the structures they've built. A system makes you show up even when you don't feel like it. It's the meal prep that keeps you from grabbing junk food, the study schedule that keeps you learning, the workout plan that keeps you disciplined, the content calendar that keeps your business growing. Without a system, you fall back on excuses. I'm too tired, I don't have time, I'll start tomorrow. But with a system, it's automatic. It's part of your routine. It's not something you have to do, it's just something you do. Ask yourself this: are you relying on willpower, or do you have a strategy? At the end of the day, you either have systems or you have excuses. Here's a more refined, powerful, and engaging version of your passage. It's 5 a.m. The alarm blares. A man groggily reaches for his phone, swiping at the screen. Just 5 more minutes. Those 5 minutes turn into 20, then 30. Before he knows it, he's rushing out the door, skipping breakfast, and telling himself, I'll get back on track tomorrow. But tomorrow looks just like today. Success isn't about feeling good, it's about showing up. Success isn't built on excitement, it's built on repetition. It's not about waiting for motivation, it's about showing up, day after day, even when you don't feel like it. The grind is waking up early to work out when your bed is calling your name. It's saying no to distractions when your friends invite you out, but you have work to do. It's putting in effort when no one is watching, no one is clapping, and no one cares yet. This is why most people fail. They think success should feel good, that progress should be thrilling. But the truth? The real work is often boring. It's doing the same thing over and over until you master it. The best athletes don't love training every single day. They do it because it's necessary. The best entrepreneurs don't always feel creative. They show up anyway. The best minds don't wait for inspiration. They create systems that ensure they keep going. You don't need more motivation. You need discipline. The world has changed, so have the rules. Opportunities have never been more accessible. You can learn any skill, start a business, or build a brand, all from your phone. Knowledge is free, mentors are online, and money-making ideas are everywhere. So what's stopping you? It's not a lack of resources. It's not a lack of time. It's you. You scroll past success stories and think, I wish that were me. But do you take action? Or do you close the app and keep doing what you've always done? You say you want change, but when faced with the choice between progress and comfort, you keep choosing comfort. That's why nothing changes. The grind isn't glamorous. It won't always be fun, but it's the price you pay for the life you say you want. And the truth? Most people aren't willing to pay it. But you have a choice. Here's an extended and refined version of your passage, making it even more compelling and actionable. A woman sits at her desk, staring at her planner. Her schedule is packed: work, family, social events, gym, hobbies. She wants to do it all, to maintain the perfect balance. But as the days pass, her goals remain untouched. She's busy, but she's not progressing. Sound familiar? People chase the illusion of perfect balance, believing they can work full-time, grow a business, stay fit, have a social life, and get 8 hours of sleep all at once. But the truth? You can't have it all at the same time. Something has to take a back seat. That doesn't mean burning out. It doesn't mean sacrificing your health. It means prioritizing like your future depends on it. Because it does. Your goals cannot be squeezed into the leftover cracks of your schedule. If they're not a priority, they're not happening. The people who achieve great things don't try to fit success around their existing life. They reshape their life around success. Are you truly committed? You say you want to start a business, but do you work on it daily or only when you find time? You say you want to get in shape, but do you schedule workouts or just hope you'll feel like it after work? You say you want to grow, but how much of your free time is spent scrolling instead of learning? Half measures bring half results. The problem isn't lack of time, it's how you use it. We all have 24 hours. The difference between the successful and the stagnant isn't luck, it's choice. Some choose Netflix, some choose self-improvement, some choose comfort, some choose growth, some let their schedule control them. Some take control and shape it intentionally. So ask yourself, what's more important, your temporary distractions or your future self? Because if you don't make time for your goals, no one else will. The truth about balance. The idea of balance is comforting, but it can also be a trap. If you try to keep everything perfectly even, you end up mediocre at everything and great at nothing. The most successful people go through seasons. When they're building something great, their social life might shrink. When they're training hard, they might sleep earlier and go out less. When they're scaling a business, hobbies might take a back seat. It's not about neglecting other areas. It's about understanding what deserves priority right now. Trying to do it all leads to burnout, but trying to balance it all leads to nowhere. You can either go all in or stay exactly where you are. The choice is yours. Here's the enhanced and more compelling version of your passage. Stop waiting. Force your own success. A man stands at the edge of his potential, but he doesn't move. He watches others succeed and wonders, why not me? He tells himself he's waiting for the right time, for more money, for motivation. But the truth? He's not waiting for the right moment. He's waiting for an easier one. And that moment will never come. Nobody is going to hand you success. No one is coming to save you. The world won't suddenly shift in your favor. You're not stuck because the universe is against you. You're stuck because you haven't fully committed. You say you want success, but do your actions prove it? Be honest with yourself. You say you want to start a business. So how many hours a week do you actually spend building it? You say you want to get fit, but how many workouts have you skipped this month? You say you want to change. So how many nights have you wasted scrolling through other people's lives instead of improving your own? If you wait for things to get easier, you'll wait forever. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another book, another podcast, or another plan. You need action. 2025 isn't going to be different unless you make it different. If you finally commit, if you decide that this is the year you stop talking and start doing, then next year won't be another, "This will be my year" speech. Instead, you'll look back and say, "This year was mine." Final thought: the world isn't going to change for you. It won't slow down, give you extra time, or make things easier. But you don't need it to, because you have the power to change your own reality. And if you do, maybe, just maybe, you'll bring some color back into this world. So the question is simple: are you in, or are we having the same conversation next year?